So we have this woman, Mary, who had been a grievous sinner before, and she breaks this very expensive bottle of ointment, of oil basically, that was worth a lot, 300, according to Judas, it was worth 300 denarii or something. And she wiped the oil with the hairs of her head. So Judas, of course, is very, very irate. He's very upset. Frustrated would not even put good use to the word, Judas. So upset that some of the fathers say that he went on that day is when he determined he would betray Christ. On this very day. The day after Lazarus had been raised from the dead. 4 days dead, he stinketh. Rotting flesh, in other words. So here Jesus, nearing the end of his journey in this world to redeem us, he redeems the woman with the ointment. He redeems Lazarus, who had the rotting flesh. And because of this, a great swell took place in the amongst the people. Like one person described it as a caravan. A caravan was rolling into Jerusalem. A caravan of the poor, the broken, the needy, the suffering. Whereas Lazarus, his neighbor was Simon the leper. So here you had Jesus, who raised Lazarus 4 days dead, and you have Simon the leper, who had leprosy and could not possibly be present if he still had leprosy. So we know that Jesus healed him of his leprosy. So you have these two incredible miracles, these two amazing events that occur. And so for the broken, the needy, the suffering, they couldn't believe how incredible this moment was. They couldn't believe it. And so it's kind of like redemption. It's like going to meet with Jesus anew for the first time, renewing yourself with Christ in this first time, the time where the palms were laid out, the times where the people laid their clothing out, anything to greet the King. And how does he come in? How does he come into Jerusalem? The King of glory. He comes in on the foal of an ass, not on a lordly stallion with trumpets blaring and here comes the King. No, on the foal of an ass. Peaceful, gentle, long-suffering, bringing blessing to wherever he goes, healing everyone along the way. And how is he greeted? Well, by the peasant, by the poor people, by the broken people. They cried out, Hosanna, blessed is he that comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna to the King of glory. They knew who he was. But to others who were present that day, who already were plotting against him, to bring him down, to kill him, and even conspiring to kill potentially Lazarus himself, who had been raised 4 days dead. So it's for us, what does it mean for us? It means that we have the capacity to once again take the walk with the caravan of believers, to take that walk into Jerusalem with Jesus Christ. and to walk that road that he took all the way to the resurrection. We have the opportunity to start new. For instance, say you haven't done everything you're supposed to for Great Lent. Say you have broken the fast, used dairy products instead of, fasting products. Maybe you were judging someone. Maybe you were hard-hearted toward a group of people. Maybe you were remembering wrongs in a way you shouldn't remember wrongs. Maybe you were lustful. Maybe you were looking in the wrong directions, the wrong areas. Maybe you just simply forgot to do anything until today. Maybe today is the first day that you'll have done anything in regard to Jesus Christ, Great Lent, and the preparation for Pascha. But like we say on Pascha, when we read the sermon of St. John, he says, even if you did not fast, if you came at the last minute, if you just showed up today, we say Christ is risen.
Truth is risen.
And because we say Christ is risen, it's Sunday, by the way. Christ is risen.
Truth is risen.
That we can go for that resurrection. We can go toward that resurrection. We can walk along that road that he took on the foal of an ass. We can be there for the bridegroom services. We can be there for Holy Thursday when the mystical supper takes place, where we bless the lambs for the that stay on the altar for the remaining rest of the year, where we then read of the total betrayal of Jesus Christ by Judas Iscariot, and of course the others who provoked it. And he is taken, and he is questioned, and he is spat upon, and he is ordered to execution, where he will be hung as a prisoner. God himself, God who supports and sustains the universe itself, the very breath we have in our lungs, that God will be hung upon a cross on that day. And he will die. As a man, he will die. And we will be present because we are walking with him. We will be present with him as he is hung on that cross. We will be there with the Mother of God and with those who did not flee the scene. We will be there when they take him down off the tree. We will be there when they lay them in the tomb. And we will be there when he is resting. As we will rest, as we will fast completely on Friday, we will be present with him because it's him. Because he is a merciful God. Who is the first person in paradise? The good thief. How was Jesus treated? He was condemned as a criminal. And he was hung upon the wood of a cross with thieves. He was born in a manger of dumb beasts, riding in on the foal of an ass. And he had his last meal with his disciples and apostles. And he broke the bread and he gave to each one, "This is my body, this is my blood." We celebrate that very event today. Because every divine liturgy we celebrate his body and blood, every single one. So it's important, brothers and sisters, if it's not clear, it's important for you to walk with Jesus Christ. And now in this week, we can walk with him side by side. We can be there with him side by side. There is nothing more important in your life right now that you dedicate yourself to walking with him side by side into Jerusalem to the crucifixion, to the resurrection to celebrate. And then to celebrate that resurrection, because he overcame death. Death, where is thy sting? There's no sting, because Jesus Christ himself raised himself from the dead, and in that he offers eternal life to each and every one of us. So as you look upon the palms and the pussy willows and the things that we have decorating our church today, know that historically speaking, this is the day that the King walks in to his city, Jerusalem, and there he bears witness to what he sees and what he experiences, as we will also do the same. So may God give us, each one of us, the strength to walk with him in all things. Glory to Jesus Christ.
Glory forever.